Hi, I'm Jerry James Stone, and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about baking powder, specifically how to test baking powder for freshness, because there's nothing more frustrating than pouring all of these ingredients into a bowl if you're going to make, say, chocolate chip cookies and then not have it work. So how do you test baking powder? But before I get into that, what is baking powder? It's kind of confusing. Baking powder is made up of three things. It's made up of baking soda, which that really sort of messes things up, right? It's like, wait, which one is it? It's also made up of a dry acid like cream of tartar, and then thirdly, a cornstarch. So those three ingredients are what makes up baking powder. And these days, most baking powder is actually double acting. Another confusing thing. Double acting means it takes two different stages for baking powder to react. The first stage is when it's exposed to moisture, and the second stage is when it's exposed to heat. So how do you test baking powder for freshness? Glad you asked. Here's what you do. Take about a half cup of hot water, and you need it to be hot because if it's cold, the baking powder will not react. Take that half cup of hot water and add about a half teaspoon of baking powder to it. You'll soon notice that if it's fresh and the baking powder is good to go, it'll start to bubble. It's not a violent bubble, it's just a slow little trickle, but it'll start to move. And that's what lets you know that your baking powder is fresh and ready for cookies. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time.